Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome into another edition of the Morning Edge. DeadPresPicks, joined to SlopRules. As always, John, it feels like I just left you a few hours ago. Great live stream last night. Over 20,000 people watched us, John. That's pretty cool. So shout out to everyone who hopped on, got some picks. Pretty good night, too, for us last night, John. You know, we almost got – your whole card should have been greened out. Mike Evans just forgot how to catch a ball. That was sad, but let's look at it. We'll still take that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a fun game to watch. I've never watched an NFL game with 20,000 people while I was in my home.
Yeah, very different.
I've been to a game before. There was probably 20,000 people there, but It's not the same whenever you're at your house.
Different
I wasn't even wearing pants at the time. You know what I mean?
See, so I was, but
yeah.
Yeah, see, no one even knew that. So that now you just found that out. But you do the math on that, John. I think that's over 10 units, right? Combined. So
probably.
I think last time for the Camellia Bowl, we had similar results. So these live streams have been bringing us some luck. That's what I will say.
It's fun to do with the units. What I like to always do is, so we'll say that's 10.
Okay.
And then say, if you won 10 units every day,
yes,
that would be 3,650 for the year.
Mm-hmm. So if we live streamed every day, we'd be up 3,000.
Yeah, so if we live streamed every day, we would be up like literally over 3,500 units, 3,600 actually.
That's insane.
Plus,
that's probably realistic too. Like there's
You always want to. I mean, again, you don't want to say anything about how realistic it is. You just want to say that's what it is. That's math. You know what I mean?
That's what it would be.
Can't argue with me because I didn't make up math. Like that was here before I got here. Gonna be here a long time after I'm gone.
You just follow it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just follow the math because everyone else does. I mean, people have been doing this for years, ever since math was invented.
Ever since it was out there. I do think me and you deserved a little more. I think, Mike Evans 80-plus should have hit. I still believe they stole Cade Otton's route. Like, he was just tired, and Cameron Brate's like, all right, I'll run a couple routes for you. He ends up scoring. So I actually think we should have done even better than we did, but we'll take it. CeeDee Lamb was close. I think he came up like 4 or 5 yards short. Maybe if he didn't drop those 2 passes early, we could have hit. Bucks money line and Bucks +3 was never really close. Well, it was close when it was nothing. I will say that.
Yeah, no, they were still in it at one point.
Yeah, when it was 6. Yeah, when it was 6-0 and they were on the goal line. Okay, they were there, and then Tom Brady just threw the interception. So fun night again. Thanks to everyone who joined. Hopefully we'll be able to do more live streams. Maybe March Madness time, John. We don't know when we'll be back on the live, but we will at some point. That's the thing we do know. So there's the betting.
On a basis, though, if we were on a live stream every day, I mean, so it'd be like obviously we already talked about the math. So like just think of it like that. Next time you see there's a live stream, just be like, yeah, we should jump on with that because they over a year they're going to be up plus 3,650.
Plus 3,650. 1,000 units. Yeah, that's not 100.
Yeah, 3,650 units they would be up if I just watched their live streams. So do it like that. Do it like that.
Crazy. Yeah, that's very exactly. And we're not lying. We have stats to back us up. So that's our betting recap. Fun wild card weekend. Obviously, we're going to get into the divisional look ahead. But first, John, it's time for the list. So people who are unfamiliar, maybe it's your first time watching the Morning Edge, this is John's list who can win the Super Bowl. He's been doing it all season long. And here's his 5 teams. John, take it away with the list.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much it's the same as it's been. I mean, for a while. We're kind of at a standstill. The only difference is the bottom team on there, the Cowboys, they just replaced the other bottom team, the Buccaneers. But yeah, that's the 5 teams left. So I think, what is there, 8 teams?
Yes.
Somehow I got 5 of them.
Okay.
Which is crazy. Out of 5 out of 8, it's not bad since I've only had 5 people on the list. Only once was there a 6 team, and we don't need to worry about that. But anyways, the Chiefs, obviously, they're on there. They're going to be in the Final 4, obviously, because they got the Jaguars. I know Trevor Lawrence hasn't lost a game on a Saturday before. That was a fun stat. Don't get me wrong.
Cool
really
stat.
Fun. When it came out that day, I was like, wow, that's pretty fun. But that's all it is. It's like a magic trick. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, yeah, sweet, man. Like, that was my card. You know, that's it. That's all you get,
There's nothing after.
Cool stat, yeah. But the next we got the Bills and Bengals. I'm going to tie them together because obviously one of them has to get by. But both those teams have all year long has had what it takes to win the Super Bowl, according to my algorithm, my personal algorithm. Then besides that, it's the 49ers. It's a shame that the 49ers and Cowboys have to play each other, because it would have been nice to have all 4 of the teams. That way I could just shut up the haters right away.
Yeah.
Because then no chance that, the list would have been wrong. But still, the way I see it now, there's no way this list is wrong, because I'm going to have, at the end of this week, I'm going to have 3 of the 4 teams left.
The list is in good shape.
Yeah, so the list will be 75% strong, which is good. 75% is good. So, think about it. When has 75% ever been bad?
Never,
right? I'm always down for 75%. I'm trying to think of when 75% is not that good. It's like,
I think we should challenge, if you got a 75 on a math test in school, I think that it should have been looked at better than they did. They were doing a C.
It could have been worse, a lot of ways.
Yeah, exactly. I could have got a 25.
That's
right.
Math. That's just math.
It's a good point.
Look at it. So 75% is good. I don't know who gets by the 49ers or Cowboys, but I think that whoever does is probably going to get the Super Bowl. Yeah, no offense to the Eagles fans. You guys had a great season. We can talk about that later. The next segment's probably the time to talk about what I'm about to say.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. The Chiefs probably, I agree, have they have the easiest path to, I think the Eagles have the easiest path to the conference championship too. I think both of them.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll both walk in. John, someone in the comments asked how the 49ers and Cowboys are both on it if they have to play each other. One of them
can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. This isn't your – okay.
Yeah, no, they can win the Super Bowl. Those are the teams that can win. There's no other team in the playoffs right now that can win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
They're all they cannot do it.
John doesn't think they're good enough.
They're still in the playoffs. That's great, but going forward, if you're a fan, just know that there's no chance they can win the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that hopefully cleans it up.
So 49ers and Cowboys and the Bills and Bengals, they both have what it takes. It's just they have to play each other. Only one team gets to win, guys.
Exactly. They don't all.
If this was a list of teams that are going to win the Super Bowl, it would only be one team deep, because there's only one team that can win.
Yep.
Does that make sense? But or one team will win. My bad. But that doesn't mean there weren't other teams that were good enough to do it. It's just, something happened and it didn't work out for them.
John, so the odds of your teams, Chiefs are plus 300, Bills 350, Bengals are plus 800, so that could be fun. Dallas is plus 800, and then San Francisco is plus 500. So, the only one that you're missing, according to the Eagles, have the 4th best betting odds, but then the Giants and Jags are also not on the list of gambling.
Yeah. They're not. They can't.
Long shots.
So they would be on the list. So this is a list of teams that can win the Super Bowl. The teams that you just mentioned would be on the list of teams that cannot win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
There's a lot of other teams on there that have been there on all year, but this is the shorter list. It's the more fun one to talk about.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
It makes sense. I completely.
Next year I'll do a list of teams that cannot win the Super Bowl. It's just if you're a fan of them, relax. Don't get too excited. There's no
Think about the draft. Yeah, there's other ways to get pumped up.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have to find that. All right, let's talk about these NFL games, John. So we got a really good weekend. I thought the least entertaining game was probably last night from a point standpoint. It was entertaining for us because we had props in play. We had Kate Otten in play all night, so we had a great time. But
that's why they invented gambling.
Thank God for gambling. I was thinking about that last night. If you didn't gamble on that game, you probably turned it off early third quarter and went to bed. So gambling is so
maximize.
It saves sports. So we get 4 games, as we know. The Jags, Chiefs. Let's start there. 8.5 point spread. Is this game on a Saturday again, John? So Trevor Lawrence still hasn't lost on a Saturday.
They did that on purpose too. Once they found out about the stat.
Did you see? So after he won, he went to the Waffle House to celebrate. That was pretty cool.
Oh really? You know what? To be honest with you, I mean, not for nothing. The Waffle House is extremely underrated.
Really? I never went.
Food, scenery. I don't know. You probably get hepatitis there. There's risk involved. It's all over the map.
Yeah. See, I've never been to a Waffle House, but I've seen them on Twitter a lot. A lot of their
Waffle House.
I don't even know if there's a Waffle House.
Fights. All right. So a lot of people say that a lot of fights are at the Waffle House, and
that's what I hear.
see why like there'd be fights just because it's at night. Like it's a great place to go at like 2 a.m. You know, like after the bar or whatever. But I've
Okay.
never actually seen a fight in there. But what I will say is, one time I was going to I don't know where I was going, but I was in there in the morning. I was by myself, so I sat up at like the bar, and the kid that was like making the food or whatever, he was like talking to the guy next to me, and he was telling me about a fight that he just got into last night, and he's
Oh
giving
wow.
him blow for blow, and they didn't even know each other. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. You know
What's
what I
going
mean? Like
on?
the guy like making the food just telling me about how he just like literally just knuckled up with some guy the night before, just
You like
beat
to
him
turn
down,
up.
showing me his hands too. He's like, yeah, it's right there. You know, I'm just like, that is awesome.
That's
You know, it's
fun.
8 a.m. Yeah, I don't know you, but congrats on the win. I don't
Maybe
even
it's
know
like a
how you're here right
qualification.
now, because if it happened at like 3 a.m., that was literally a few hours ago. Like, did you go to
Yeah.
sleep? Like, what happened there? But no, Waffle House, great place.
Maybe it's a thing. Like you have to know how to fight to work here. That could be like on the application. I don't know. I've never been to one, but I'll have to check one out. But anyway, Jags Chiefs 8.5. John, Trevor Lawrence, does he catch his first loss? You think in his
Yeah,
career on Saturday? You think he's
yeah,
done?
yeah. I don't see the Chiefs losing this game. I'm a big Dougie fan. Ever
Yeah,
since he took Trayvon Walker first, I was like, dude,
that was big.
that's the best thing that's ever happened to me personally.
Yeah.
So when he did that, just because remember we had Tannenbaum on the show and
Mhm.
we were talking about him, and he had touch and we had
Yes.
Walker, and it was just like, oh
We were trying to
man,
help him too. We.
yeah. Like, I was like, dude, no, we're not betting on who's better. We're betting on who they're gonna actually pick.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah. We're
film? We're like, yeah, but like that's not important because like
no. We don't watch film.
we don't have a say. You know what I mean? It's they have to say. And
Yeah.
we think this guy, and they did, and that was awesome. But anyways, yeah, shout out Dougie P for that. But the Chiefs are definitely gonna destroy them.
You think? I could see the
Yeah. Well,
Jags.
here's the thing. You want to know my theory?
Yeah. No, I love it.
Real quick, I can give it to you. All right.
Yeah.
If you watch Trevor against the Titans, he was horrible, right? Just to get in the playoffs, he missed a couple people wide open guys in the end zone. Their defense got them there that game, and then last week he threw 4 picks in the first half. I get he came back, blah blah blah, and did well, but like that was the Chargers. Like
Yeah.
we're talking about the Chiefs here. That like guys like Trevor Lawrence can beat the Chargers and Titans. Like that can happen. But like this is the Chiefs.
It's a little.
Like,
It's a
this is
little harder.
not the Chargers or Titans, and you only have Trevor Lawrence who barely beat them.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, hey guys, the people are asking, is there any comparison between Trevor Lawrence this year and Joe Burrow last year?
No,
No.
but I mean, I honestly too, that's kind of offensive. Like
Yeah.
whoever asked that,
That's
kind
what
of
I'm-
borderline rude.
Well, if Lawrence wins this game, yes. Okay, that's
Maybe.
that's what I'll say. If he clutches, I think the Jags cover though. I think 8.5 is too
You
many.
think though? You think? Have you ever thought like, man, Burrow or Lawrence? Who do I want?
Yeah,
Like,
it's not like
I
that.
take Burrow every time.
Yeah, I would say Barry clears, but I think this is a big game for Lawrence. I think they compete though. I do. I think this stays close throughout. Jacksonville has a really good offense. Like they could score with you. It's gonna come down. I mean, who is stopping Mahomes? It's more like can you limit them? A couple field goals, that kind of thing. Like you're never gonna really stop the Chiefs offense. So yeah, I say they keep it close, John.
Game. That's one where you take the Jaguars receivers or Lawrence's passing yards over.
Yes, you could do that. And I like
So,
that. I like that. Like a Zay Jones over kind of game. Just let him kind of go off.
Evan,
Yeah, and 8.5 is a backdoor number. I mean, it is. Like the Chiefs could be killing them all game. I don't know, 14 points, and then all of a sudden you look up and you lost your bet. So I think that's too many points. Reminds me a little bit. It's the same spread as the Ravens Bengals this weekend. I think the Jags do fight and keep it close. All right, my Eagles versus the Giants. John, this is going to be a bloodbath. Okay, I think we should start lining up the Eagles, all their alternates, minus 23.5, minus 30.5. Take them all. Just go all in. This won't be close at all. It just won't be. There's no chance. They have zero chance.
I think I don't know. This is what I'm gonna look at pretty extensively, but I can't do a Daniel Jones. Even though this is what happens to people, though they see him against the Vikings, they start thinking he's good. Like, oh yeah, I forgot it was the Vikings that were really bad and not Jones that was really good.
Yeah.
But he's getting all kinds of love, like from everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
just like this is what happens. This is exactly what happens. Like you beat up on, I don't know. You see it in boxing. Guy beats the crap out of some scrub, and
Mhm.
now they're putting him in a title fight. And you're like, this is not this. Like he's gonna look a lot different against people that punch back.
Exactly.
It's literally the same thing.
And the Eagles will punch back on him. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
like
Jones' stats, what was it? He had 4 games this year with 250 plus. 2 were against the Vikings. So, he's not going to have success throwing the ball, I don't think, against his Philly defense.
he
Tough
threw for
place.
a buck 69 against them in the one game that he played.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually saying prayers the entire game because, just to please let us play the Giants because again, it's another bye week for the Eagles. That's what it
It
is.
was 24-7 at the half of that game. The next time they played, it's saying Davis Webb played. I don't even remember that game.
Yeah, well, that game didn't really count because they sat the last week they sat their guys.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that was the last week. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I don't remember.
So that game you don't put any stock into. Also, Boston Scott will score a touchdown. If you're not familiar with the Eagles, he scores every time he plays the Giants. Just look up his numbers. I don't know what his anytime touchdown is, but take that, lock that in because that's going to happen. Yeah, but I think the Eagles win, John. I'll give a score prediction. I'll say 42-6. Okay, that'll be my final prediction.
Okay, that close.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those games. So an absolute blowout is going to happen on
AJ Brown might be kind of fun for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I would take anyone honestly for the Eagles. They're all gonna go over. They're all gonna score. It won't be too close. This is
the reason I don't like the Eagles so much is because Hurts runs, and I hate when they steal the passing yards from themselves.
Yeah. You don't want to. Hurts is not a guy you want to take his passing over because he's just as good at running. So
he runs like a 90-yarder, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm dead in the water.
Yeah, that's the thing. It just takes one.
Yep.
It's a quick death, and then you're done. These next 2 games, John, I think are going to be the more competitive of the weekend. Bengals, Bills. This one's going to be fun. I think like you said, the Chiefs, Bills, and Bengals are all kind of close, right? Talent-wise, we don't really separate them a whole lot. Getting to see this game is kind of like getting to see an AFC Championship. I think that's fair to say. But the Bills -4.5, is that too many for Joe Burrow, you think, here on the road?
I kind of want to see the weather. Like right now it's a little far out, but they're saying it's going to snow or could snow. My bad. There's little snowflakes on the emoji. Wind could be an issue, 13 miles an hour. So there is that. I would rather they should just play all these games inside in the dome. That way the over people could just go nuts, but that's not going to happen. They're going to play outside. Burrow is good anywhere, so I think in a weather game you would think Buffalo, but I would think you just take the Bengals plus the 4.5.
Yeah, see, it's one of those things where I don't know. I think you take the points too. I don't know because I feel like the Bills did not look good, John, against the third string Skylar Thompson.
Almost lost to the Dolphins. That's.
But then again, you could say the Bengals looked bad at home against the backup. So I think both teams kind of
but they play with the Ravens. That's different. That's messed up to be
it's a divisional game.
Team that they're always tough. Harbaugh's a good coach. He can get something out of everybody. Game plan, they were just all right, we'll just pound them. And to be honest with you, if they just handed the ball off on the goal line, they probably would have won that game.
They probably would.
Fumble, that was literally because they didn't give the ball to one of the running backs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that. I get they should have lost, but the Ravens are not the Bills. The Bills are going to give you turnovers. So, it depends on what you can do with them.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's been loose with the ball this year. If they turn him over a couple times, I agree. I think you take the points. I think you take the points with the Bengals, and you feel confident getting points with Joe Burrow and their offense. Why not? Just relax.
If you get blown out, you can just say, hey.
I took the points with Burrow.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, it's not my fault. So yeah, I think that'll be the game of the week, though. I think that's gonna be a good one. But then again, hey, this could be just as good. Cowboys, Niners. Niners -4. John, I think the Niners roll here. I think people see the Cowboys last night and kind of get too excited. Be like, oh well, they just killed the Bucks. But as we discovered on the show, the Bucks were just really, really bad. Tough spot though here for the Cowboys on the road. I think San Francisco cleans up here. What do you think?
This is a really bad player prop game, which sucks. It's because the Niners, I think they're going to win. And they've got McCaffrey. They didn't really use the Mitchell kid, but they still got him in there with Debo, Kittle, Ayuk. It's tough to find the one that you can narrow in on. Like the only reason I won McCaffrey bet was because he had a 68-yard run on his first one. Like if he didn't get that, like you're in trouble. You know what I mean? Like 70 plus, not happen. So there is that, and I don't know. So maybe I'm looking at CeeDee Lamb possibly to start this one, just because I bet they do get behind. Like they could get slaughtered by San Francisco.
Yeah.
The weather's not going to be so bad. There's no precipitation. Slight wind. Temperatures in the mid 50s, low 50s. But I mean, so that's not there. There's nothing stopping like the ball from going through the air. So that's probably my look. Obviously, Dalton Schultz is in play, but I think the Niners are probably gonna push through on this game.
Yeah, I think it gets ugly here. I do. I think San Francisco just rolls them. Although I hope it's a good game. It's more fun when it's close. But I agree. I think Dallas. It's so hard to bet a prop against that San Francisco defense. I mean, they are just tough. It's kind of like a one play.
Well, you get a good number.
Yeah, you do. You can like CeeDee Lamb's over. What was it last time? Like 70s. I bet it's going to be like. What do you think?
Somewhere
Low 60s or high 50s this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not that crazy. And then once they start getting their asses kicked, like they'll lock in on him.
Yeah,
so,
I mean it's getting to a point where they're going to just like have to throw, and they get into a little prevent. I like that too. I think Cowboys props are in play. San Francisco's a little tougher because they have like 17 guys that are good. And yeah, it's like who's going to score, who's going to run. All right, so we're kind of agreeing, I think, on most of these divisional matchups. We'll talk about them obviously through the week. We'll have weekend coverage on them as well. But we wanted to just get it out early in the week, see who we like, and move on. Now, guys, it's time for our best bets of tonight's show. So these games happen tonight. We don't have to wait till Saturday. These are going to get us through the week. John, it's that time of year. This is what we have. We don't have any more action on Tuesday, Wednesday. We have no Thursday night football to bail us out. We have college hoops. We have NBA. We have NHL. We have to make the most of it. It's better than just MLB days.
Yeah, no, dude, I'll take basketball. I'll be ready. I mean, to be honest with you, this is the last Saturday this week that we won't be betting basketball. Next week, it'll be a Saturday basketball. So we got to embrace it. But I can do that. Like I had a good time last night with that Rockets-Lakers game. Once we got off the stream, I watched Zagoon drop 6+ assists, plus 130, no big deal.
Yeah.
So there was that.
Yeah,
but, that was fun. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, tonight, 7:30, we got Joe Harris going on the road against the Spurs. 2.5 threes. Obviously, we're going over. Plus 125 at Bet Rivers. I think the same thing was at Unibet. FanDuel was like plus 120. I think I saw. And but DraftKings was the one that was like, they're kind of up on this guy. Like he was like plus 105. Ooh. So they're kind of onto him. But he's taken 15 threes in the last 2 games that with no Durant. So he is getting his. The only thing is he's not very good on the road like this season. I think he's hitting like 28%, which is bad. But he's also playing with Durant and it looks like you got a friend with it.
Yeah, they're both.
But no, what's up?
They're ready. They want to hop on the show.
No, they want to know about Joe Harris.
Yeah.
No, but anyways, like with Durant and Irving in the lineup, and then with Simmons, I mean, he's kind of like way back on the. I mean, I guess Simmons doesn't really score, but he's still kind of considered like a star. So he's taking a back seat, I guess is my point. But with tonight, it's just going to be Irving. Nobody in the NBA is worse at defending the 3-point line than the Spurs. I mean, we're talking like 40% is what other teams shoot on him. So you leave this guy open. He's like one of those guys. You ever play pickup?
Guy
that you just know he can shoot threes. You're like, this sucks. He's tall, and you really got to be on him. If he has like an inch, he'll still get it up over you. And it's like, man, if he's on, like he's hitting 3. He hit 4 last game. He hit 2 the game before. But again, he's taken 15 in the last 2 games, and he's only played like 20. I think 28 minutes and 27 minutes, so 56 all day.
Yeah, I like it. I think he clears that. John, someone just asked Ben Simmons under 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. Do you have any thoughts on that?
That's probably pretty good. It's just that you're gonna get mad when he dunks it a few times, and you're just like, "Damn it! I was hoping for a 0." But he'll score in like the stupidest way, one that doesn't require any skill whatsoever. Does that make sense? You know, and you're just like,
Yeah.
"Man, this." But that's not a bad play. Like that could happen. I'm not a big under guy, but if you want, you can look at it as you're taking an over on how bad Ben Simmons is.
Yes. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's all on how you look at it.
That feels like it'll get home. I'm gonna take Wisconsin -3, -118 here. Got this on Barstool Sportsbook. If you have 3 in the hook, don't mind it. I like laying the flat number. Wisconsin comes into this game ice cold. Losers of 3 in a row. But that's what I love. I love when teams scuffle and then come home. Lost to Indiana by 18. Michigan State beat them at home Tuesday night, and then they lost to Illinois on the road. So Wisconsin was ranked as high as 14, and then they went to 18 the next week. Now they're out of the top 25, but they've been without their starter players. So Tyler Wald expected to return tonight. He's their leading scorer. I think they take care of business. I think they bounce back here at home. They're playing a good Penn State team. Penn State 12-5. They're unranked to this stage in the season. They're coming off of a blowout win over Indiana. But they're just, 2-2 over their last few games. I think Penn State has a chance to be a tournament team. Not super high on them. They are a much better team at home. 9-1 this year at home, 1-2 on the road. Wisconsin traditionally has been a good home team, but I think getting him back tonight will be key. I think Wisconsin, I don't want to say they roll here, but I think they comfortably cover this -3 number. This is a line, though, too. If you miss it now, I think it's going to jump throughout the day. I think this will close 4.5. So try to get on this as soon as possible. I like the batters to get it done. If you want to lay a little juice on that money line, it's like 165. You can do that. You don't want to sweat out a spread. I know you'd probably be mad at that, John, but Wisconsin can get it done. Well, Wisconsin will get it done tonight. Great bounce back spot. A lot of good college games tonight. A lot of games like this, like short.
Tuesday's good like that.
What'd you say?
Tuesday's good like that.
Yes, that's big. I mean, we need you need a night like this, after all the football, a ton of college basketball tonight. So make sure you guys lock these in. I'm going Wisconsin here, -3. John has Joe Harris over 2.5 threes. And those are our bets. Parlay them. We just won 10 units last night on a live stream. So John, basically what we could do, if we want to sound cool, we could lose every bet the rest of the week on the show and still win. Like, that's how good last night was. But we're not gonna. We're gonna keep winning. But if we wanted to, we have no pressure on these picks. But make sure you lock these in. A little parlay action as well. That's always fun if you want to get into that. And I think that's our picks. Do we have a $500 giveaway still, Nigel? Or
Yeah.
it's still there? Still alive. All right, $500. So the easiest giveaway of all time. We gave away 2 jerseys last night. Some cool jerseys were picked, right? What was the first one? St. Louis Blues?
Brett Hull.
Brett Holt. Okay, so I don't know if my guy ever messaged OddsChecker, but I want him to, and I want him to pick a jersey, so I know what he picked. But make sure you guys get in on these giveaways that we're doing all season long. This one's $500 at the end of the month. All you have to do is subscribe and comment, all right, on the YouTube page at OddsChecker US. Like this video and then comment on it. You can comment anything, and then boom, you're entered in. You can keep enter in all day. We want you to get the $500. Someone walked away with it last month. Someone's walking away with it this month. That's just how it works. So get in on the fun. Make sure to enter $500. Subscribe, comment at OddsChecker US on YouTube, and that'll be all for today's episode. John and I will be back tomorrow morning. Melissa will be back with us. Wednesday episode of The Morning Edge. Let's get some winners, and we'll see you guys then.